1,200 feet of icy cold Lake Superior water, but several people have made the voyage to this dangerous location to view the most famous of Great Lakes shipwrecks.
In all, 5 expeditions have now looked at the Edmund Fitzgerald, but they took the latest expedition to find out the clues to the missing crew. News 5's Rick Mixter and videographer Tom Knob went on that expedition and have more on one of the lake's deepest secrets.
Okay, I understand that the body is not in the wreckage itself.
No, negative. It's out on the seafloor next to the wreckage.
Finding the first clue as to the whereabouts of the Fitzgerald's crew was a mixed emotion for the members of Expedition 94. There was sorrow, but also a sense of achievement. After all, no trace of the 29 men has been seen in 20 years.
That is unbelievable.
Why weren't you expecting that? There's 29 people on that ship.
Well, because previous investigations to the Fitzgerald had never revealed any bodies, or really never, not a lot of personal effects. They looked into crew's quarters, they looked into companionways, they looked into hallways, they looked into every opening that they could and never saw any indication of a crew member.
2 guest passengers actually made the discovery near the bow section of the wreck. Jack Purvis and his son Scott say the adventure was unforgettable.
We've discussed it, and in fact, Scott was almost expecting to see a body. He had discussed it before we went down, thinking that we might see something and what it would be like. And we'd been at the funeral home a week ago to visit a friend, and so it wasn't much different.
It's so quiet and dark down there. It reminds me of a church, is knowing that God's down there.
There's a lot of ramifications, both ethic and legal, and we wanted to make sure that we were covered. From the early inception of this project, it's been one that had a human interest to it, but it also had a lot of respect. Over the years, I've had a great amount of respect for the surviving family members that I've met and the people that have been involved in Great Lakes shipping or tragedies.
That respect was especially important when the family of a lost crewman arrived at a memorial before the dives. All 29 crewmen are also remembered by a special plaque that is now floating at the bottom of Lake Superior near the wreck site. On the first American expedition to the Edmund Fitzgerald, this is Rick Mixter.
Well, it's amazing stuff. Tonight, the Canadian government hinted that it may well order the recovery of human remains found near the ship. Rick will highlight that expedition in 1994 in a special series beginning next week. You'll see exclusive video from the wreck beginning on Monday. And, that's one of those things that many people have been talking about, the famous song that went along with that.
Exactly.
And I think that a lot of people will be interested to see that when it does indeed come along.
I would imagine that would have just been a wild experience to